What's up, y'all? So on tonight's episode, it goes down at Taste at Latrice's grand opening, and this chick right here is a problem. AIKISHA, oh, fake bougie, fake classy, is a problem, okay? She the type of woman that you don't want to take out to the club because she gonna end up getting her husband hurt. Instead of trying to, simmer down the situation, she's pumping her husband up, and it's not a good look. But I knew she was fake bougie when she was doing all that Uchi in a can. I can't even say it with the C, but the C, Uchi in a can, because, girl, no classy woman gonna say that on TV. Like, I got the Uchi in the can right here. And I'm talking like that in code because YouTube is tripping on me and keeps demonetizing my videos. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm only going to be talking about the grand opening of tonight's episode because everything else was boring. So, let's just get right up into this grand opening.
I'm hoping you say 2 or 3. Agree? Yeah, indeed, you look good and we came to party, but I don't want to waste my time. I'll waste your time.
So Latrice had a dual grand opening for her new restaurant Taste and for her beauty hair supply salon, Goddess Links, right? So first she had the Goddess Links and everything went real good. Nell Fletcher was there. Don't know why. Stormy was there. So what, is Stormy and Nell Fletcher hanging out now? I don't know. But anyways, everything went good at her grand opening for that. JJ and whatever her name is, So Gucci, showed up, and they're so damn weird. They gonna show up in an old ass Rolls Royce with a driver and have the driver get out and put down not even a red carpet, girl, but like a red shawl for them to get out and walk on. Like, it ain't y'all grand entrance. This is not y'all grand opening. Why would y'all do that? Like, it's so cringy and weird. First of all, JJ with his thin ass ponytail is trying to cover up his little bald spot. Like, he always look a hot ass mess. He need to put some fucking braces on. I don't know. I just cannot. I cannot. But anyways, yeah, they gonna show up at her grand opening. And he's like, we gotta make a grand entrance for what? You guys are always a hot ass mess anyways, because you got these goofy ass shiny suits. Like, no, it's giving no. Anyway, so they come and he walks in and So Gucci says hi to Selena, whatever, right? But he doesn't. He just goes on the other side and was like kind of looking at her outside of his eye, and then said hi to his daughters, right? And then So Gucci's like, yeah, I said hi to her. I don't have a problem with her. Now my husband, that's a different story. Now, So Gucci, you keep talking about like your husband has a problem with Selena. He should not have a problem with her. And the fact that you keep making it seem like he does, it's like you're overcompensating for the fact that we already know he likes Selena. Like, come on, sis. Just look at Selena. She looks good. She's sweet. She's nice. You said she a sweet girl out your mouth. She's sweet. She's nice. Like, come on. Anyways, Tambra hosted. She did a good job. And then Willie and AIKISHA show up, and they show up 3 hours late. It's like, okay, why even show up? We already know you don't like Latrice, AIKISHA. I don't know why. I think you must be jealous because you want to be the businesswoman that she is, but okay. And it seemed like your husband got a little jealousy thing with Cliff because I don't know why he always dragging Cliff and Glen. Like, I don't get it. But anyways, they show up 3 hours late, and Willie act like he don't even want to hug Latrice. Like, it was weird. It was just giving weird. So after this, they went over to Taste because it's in the same damn near parking lot. So they walk across the parking lot to go to Taste, and the restaurant looked good. Latrice did a good job. And then Willie's sitting down. Everyone's sitting down. And then Glen comes in. Because mind you, it's Glen's birthday. And Cliff was going to have a party for Glen. So Glen done went and changed his outfit. Because it's his birthday. And he's feeling himself, right? So he come in dressed up. And Tambra like, ooh, look who went and had to make a grand entrance. Okay, you had to do an outfit change. And everyone's like bigging him up. He got his hands up in the air. He feeling good. He looking good. Whatever. He come in. And then he walk across the table. Like, it's first Willie and AIKISHA. Then I can't remember who, and then Latrice and her husband, then Lateshia, and then he gonna sit with them, right? So basically, Willie's the first one he walks by. So as he walking by, Willie puts his hand out, and then Glendale is like with his left hand going and like fake slapping his hand, fake slapping, like a handshake, fake slapping So Gucci hand, right? And then he keep walking, and Willie like, oh man, why you do that? And he like getting all offended when he was just playing. He's laughing, he's smiling, he's giggling. Like, relax, Willie. So anyways, he's like, what? Do what? So Willie goes in his confessional. He's like, I extended my hand and he just swiped my hand. And then it goes back to the scene and whatever. And it shows how like he just swiped his hand or whatever. And then Willie gets offended. And he's like, with your $5 shirt on. He always got to say something. So it is true when Glen says that AIKISHA and Willie act like they better than everyone. They act like with their nose stuck up in the air. And they do. You know, I'm sure because he was in the NFL. He thinks, you know, him and his wife are kind of like celebrities, but they ain't living like that. It don't look like they living like that anyways. But so he started off with the bad energy, but of course AIKISHA over there like, I don't know why Glen and Cliff acting like that. So after that, Glen and Cliff just start kikiing back and, you know, clowning him, right? So Willie got an instant attitude. He's sitting there with his arms crossed, pouting, and then Glen and Cliff are laughing to each other. And I guess Glen tells Cliff, ain't nobody in competition with you. He got the hot young wife and you got AIKISHA. And then I put the words on the closed caption so y'all could see. This is what he said. Okay? So Willie goes, we trying to figure out what y'all mumbling about over there. And Cliff chimes in and he's like, no, we just trying to figure out who did your hair. So they just clowning him, right? So now Willie tight. Willie's like, the person who did my hair did it right. And it's the best barber in the city. Who did your hair? So now AIKISHA over here talking about, it's a lot of fake-ish going on right now. And then she in her confessional talking about, I don't like being invited to an establishment and getting treated this way. Girl, your husband is the one who started it. He always on Glen, right? And Glen is like, you know, I'm just glad you matched this time, right? So Willie can dish it out. And this is exactly what Glen and Cliff say. That Willie always talking about Glen, talking about his rap career, talking about the way he dressed, talking about this and that. You're always clowning him and you can always dish it out. But when someone tries to clown you back, you can't handle it. Like, you're the one taking it serious. They're laughing and giggling. You and AIKISHA getting so mad. AIKISHA over here talking about, I'm 10 toes down for my husband. No, you're what you call an instigating bitch. You don't need someone like that around you. That's someone that's going to heighten the situation and mess things up. So if AIKISHA wasn't there, I don't think he would have been on this type of time. But AIKISHA was over there, you know, hyping him up the whole damn time. So you see Glen and Cliff's energy. They just laughing, having a good time. This is what guys do when they're around each other. I don't know what AIKISHA used to, but this is how guys be acting. I don't understand why her and him is getting so serious. So anyway, he getting mad. He talking about, oh, that Glen looks like a magician. Just still clowning his shirt. Now he calling them dumb and dumber. And Cliff is like, dumb and dumber? Who you calling dumb and dumber? He's like, y'all too. And then Cliff is like, you better take your best shot because you only got one. And he's like, man, I live rent-free in your head. And Glen is like, in whose head? He's like, in yours. He's like, man, you're not a hair follicle on my head. I don't think about you at all. So then he started getting disrespectful, talking about his nuts and all this stuff. Like, I think Cliff called him a Belle again. So Cliff is like, I don't like him. I don't like you. But he's still laughing. You know, Cliff, you just don't take him serious. I want to take him serious. He stands up and he's like, you know what? I just don't like him. I don't like him. He's like, go ahead, say it, say it. Willie's like, say it. He's like, I don't like him. You a little fish in the pond. And he's like, and then AIKISHA, here she go chiming in. She's like, and what we don't give is a F. So after Cliff calls Willie a belle, Willie says, you could suck my bells. And then AIKISHA chimes in. She's like, well, you could stop writing his bells then. And then now Lateshia getting tight. Like, she over there hyping him up like a little chihuahua. So Willie talking about they need to suck his NUTS's. And now Glen and Cliff stand up and they're like, wait a minute, you ain't even got none. And then Glen is like, man, you need to watch out, you down south. And then AIKISHA and her husband are standing up. Her and Lateshia are calling each other BIT, you know the rest. And they start getting into it. Everyone's getting into it. Everyone's getting hypey. Everyone's in each other's face. Of course, production breaking it up. Latrice is pissed. They messing up her whole event. So anyways, production ends up breaking it up after the melee. And they go outside. And then it show AIKISHA outside. And AIKISHA cussing out the camera. Like basically as if they begged her to come. So AIKISHA just outside acting a fool. Willie walking around without his jacket. She like, I try to come here. I try to be nice. I try to do this. Like as if like she don't fool with Latrice, and she came out of here out the kindness of her heart to bless her with this appearance. But Lateshia over there in the corner, like, I told y'all this is how she really is. Whoopty whoop. So then after this, her and Latrice meet up at Latrice's house. I don't know if it's the following day, but it's not today. And she's like, I'm so sorry, but your event was so beautiful. You did such a good job. And she was like, basically, both of them don't want AIKISHA in the collective no more. They're like, why is she even here? Do she even need to be in this collective? So Latrice is like, do you think we need her in the collective? Latrice is like, I'm done with her. I'd rather fool with Marie than her. And Latrice is like, she gotta go. That's how they end the season. But what I'm over here irritated about is on Scotty by Nature, he had posted all the stuff that was going to happen on the finale. He said that AIKISHA and her people was up in there acting a fool, and they had attacked people. I don't know if they put out a pow pow. I can't remember. I need to go back and watch the video because I don't want to say the wrong thing. But I swear, I think her people put out a pow pow. I could be wrong. I got to go back and watch the video. So that is allegedly. I'm not saying that for a fact, but I do know he said that Latrice's nephew was there that night, and they did show him on the show, and they said that AIKISHA people had stole his phone, and they had tracked the phone back to AIKISHA house, and they went over there to get the phone, and they wouldn't give them the phone. They're like, we don't have it, whoop-de-whoop, this and that. And why I'm kind of believing this is because AIKISHA was in the last scene with her husband after the party talking about, oh, they think they're going to act like this. I'm from here. Me and my people are from here. She was giving a lot of energy like she runs this town. So I think, yeah, the allegations on Scotty B. Nature, I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't true. But it's like, why do they never show what's really going on the show? That's really effing irritating. But yeah, it just showed AIKISHA and her husband in a freaking melee. But yeah, anyway, Scotty by Nature said they tracked her nephew phone, and it was at AIKISHA's house, and someone from AIKISHA's squad took the phone, and they wouldn't give it back. And then Latrice's nephew ended up passing away a couple days later. And they were like, we need this phone, like he's no longer here. We need his pictures. And they never got the phone back. So that's a damn shame. Shame on you, AIKISHA. You always trying to act fake bougie, and now you want to act hood. It's like, no, you can't be both. Like, it's either one or the other. So yeah, tell me what y'all think down below. Who do you think started the fight? Do you think AIKISHA and her husband are too sensitive? Do y'all like Glen and Cliff? I'm sorry, I like Glen and Cliff. I'm not gonna not like them. Tell me what y'all think down below. Please comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.